Good day, I'm John Council, Assistant Superintendent for Personnel in the Upper Darby School District. Welcome to this month's edition of Making a Difference. First, I would like to introduce you to the team from the print shop who works extremely hard to provide resources to our staff, students, and members of our community.
My name is Janet Kornecko.
My name's Rich Toscani.
I'm the print shop supervisor for the Upper Darby School District.
I work down here at the Upper Darby School District print shop.
The print shop is a large room at the Gulf Building that houses not only the big machines, but a lot of paper.
It's hard to say how much paper because we're just so busy I can't keep count.
It's not that big of a print shop physically, but this print shop does a lot of volume. It's a high volume shop.
We have 335 page per minute copiers, along with one smaller copier that they use for smaller jobs.
Our machines are currently at about 7 million in 18 months. Each machine has 7 million copies on it. There's 40 cases of paper to a pallet, so we might go through 1 or 2 pallets in a month. We service all the elementary schools, both middle schools, recreation, central registration, central administration.
The types of jobs that the print shop prints for us include testing materials, worksheets, workbooks.
All the letterhead for the district, all the envelopes, all the notepads. We also do work for the Performing Arts Center, especially in the summer. We do all the summer stage programs.
I think some teachers, they might think it's actually a bigger print shop down here, and it really is, like 4 or 5 people or 5 or 6 machines, but it isn't.
It's staffed by 2 full-timers, Janet Kornecko, Rich Toscani, and 1 part-timer, Lauren Bennett. Janet has been with us for a number of years. Janet used to run the high school copy center.
When I came down here, I noticed that it was best just to divide up the jobs. I handle the curriculum specifically. That's like the science workbooks and things.
It's not a physical building, but the curriculum's almost like having another school. The amount that comes with administration.
The phone calls, the purchase orders for whatever we need, all like the general supervisor type of things.
Rich Toscani is a graduate of the Upper Darby School District.
I've been here about like 24 and a half years now.
Rich is very good with precision. He does all the tablets because he can cut them perfect.
He is meticulous in his work every day.
Lauren, she does all the binding and the gluing up. She puts up a lot of our paper for us. Whatever she can do, she helps out.
For forever, job requests were couriered down to the print shop.
We had to wait for the courier to pick it up and get it down here.
They were opened up, they were put in a queue by school, and our employees would do the work as it came in.
Now we're getting the work electronically, which saves a lot of time.
There was a bit of a learning curve, and they have now gotten on board with it. Everybody's gotten on board with it because it's not only the print shop that had to be trained, but everybody in the district had to be trained how to submit these requests.
Now all the teachers do is scan it in. They hit send, it goes to the principal approves the work. Once they approve it, it comes down here.
Things come in all day long or online now on this digital storefront, which is much better.
Once it's printed, we box it up, we bring it out here to the loading dock. The courier takes it and he delivers it to the different schools.
It's rewarding to get the teachers' work out and get their materials and all their tests out in time. There's like deadlines to meet.
I know their job is not an easy one, and I can appreciate that, and I feel as though I'm helping them out.
It takes a special kind of person to work in this environment because, let's face it, making copies all day doesn't sound like a terribly exciting job.
The outside looking at it, yeah, it might not be the most glamorous, exciting job, but you know, it's a challenge. It's not never that boring.
It's not like we're just running copies and pushing a button. We have to know what we're doing.
You're running around with all those multitasking different things like the copier, or forklift operator, press operator.
You never know when a machine might go down because you're wearing out parts.
There's the pressure, the deadlines to meet.
There is a lot of lifting. There's a lot of physical labor involved in this job. There's a lot of noise. The machines make a lot of noise, so it's an environment that's not for everybody. But they are able to come together and put out a quality product. It's somebody taking the time to make sure that they have it right, that it's built correctly, that you're getting the materials you need that will make your students have a better experience with the Upper Darby School District.
I thought of that a couple of times. I thought, what would happen if everything just broke down and we were gone? That would be interesting to see.
The employees at the print shop turn blank pieces of paper into testing materials, into worksheets. These are all things that are behind the scenes that no one really thinks of when they are in a classroom. Where did this booklet come from, or who put this together? It comes from 3 dedicated people who show up every day and make that magic happen for everybody.
Thank you, Janet, Rich, and Lauren, for all that you do for our staff, students, and the Upper Darby community. Next up is a Beverly Hills 6th grader, Azhar Ali. While watching the news, Azhar saw an opportunity to help students across the country, and he answered the call.
Hi, I'm Azhar Ali. I'm in 6th grade and I go to Beverly Hills Middle School.
Azhar just really wants to help out. In the classroom, he's consistently helping other kids out. In the hallway, in the cafeteria, he's just a real stand-up individual.
When I first came to BH, I was really shy and I didn't really want to get that much involved into a lot of things. But after watching the news more and more, I started wanting to get more involved.
He's a kid who's up on his news, who's up on current information, who's aware of what's going on in the world, and he's doing his part to help.
We were outside of the school on the front steps where the 6th graders come in every day, and there he was, marched right up to me and said, "Hi, my name is Azhar, and I really want to raise money for the kids in California."
At his other school before he came here, he did something like this.
Last year, it just started off in the 5th grade classroom. We saw the California wildfires and how many schools it was affecting. So me and my friend, we started thinking about how we could help and fundraisers that we could do to help the kids in need.
He came with like a foolproof plan. I want to do a bake sale. This is how I want to do it. These are the students that we want to help out.
Students brought baked goods. Families brought baked goods.
Biowood, it went really well for the first time doing it. We raised over $304.
And my understanding is now he's carried this tradition on to 6th grade.
After getting more in depth on it and seeing that they're still going on, we thought we should do the same thing again.
He wanted to make it bigger and better here at Beverly Hills.
After filling in all of the important details of how we want it to go, we had to get it approved.
We reached out to central administration. We got the okay to do the bake sale, and Azhar was really excited and hit the ground running.
It's really happy to find out that your idea got approved by the school board and the superintendent to actually be a reality.
I went to Dr. Yerson. He told me that a fundraising club was just approved by the board, and we thought this would be great.
Mr. Kearney approached us with Azhar's idea, and then it was just kind of like, okay, we need some extra help, so we ran with it.
They spent a lot of time after school making signs, reaching out to teachers and families.
It was more so of telling our teachers and everybody in the building, like, we're having a bake sale for a good cause.
At first, I think we were just going to donate to a charity, and then Mr. Kearney suggested that it'd be really cool to give it to a school that was suffering due to the wildfires.
Azhar and I had discussed finding a specific middle school or a school in California that was impacted. We had heard about a big fire in November that happened that was the biggest wildfire in California's history. And when we Googled that, we saw that a middle school out there was impacted.
What has happened to Paradise is their school basically got burnt down.
So obviously the event happened in November, took a couple weeks off to school. Then we started up a temporary learning center in a mall, actually. We were able to get this hardware store that you can kind of see behind me here. We walked in here on January 2nd with aisles in place and everything else. Lowe's is leasing it to us for free for the semester.
So we sent an email to their principal, a couple other directors, and they got right back to us, and they were so excited that we wanted to work with them. So the morning of the bake sale, the families brought things in, and we started accumulating tons of baked goods. We got the students to help set up, and we had 3 tables worth of baked goods.
2:40, that bell rung, and a bunch of kids came around the corner. The whole 7th grade, 8th grade, 6th grade came around the corner. I just started getting nervous.
It was a big rush, selling things to a lot of people
They were just like grabbing things off the table, throwing us money.
Within the first 15 minutes, more than half our baked goods were gone.
You just having so much fun at the time, you don't realize that you was actually doing something good.
The goal was to reach more than we did at Bywood.
We ended up making $700.
More than doubled what Azhar did last year at Bywood Elementary School, and that's a testament to our school community and the Beverly Hills community. And we were able to actually FaceTime them. We orchestrated a time that we could speak with their kids and meet with some of them.
It's like, wow, these are actual people, even though they live 3,000 miles away. You know, we were able to come together just as human beings and help each other.
Hopefully the contribution helps any way possible.
I'm really interested to see where it goes for 7th grade or high school. If this is something that I hope he continues, it's a really great idea, and you know, he's a great kid to take this leadership role on.
I really look forward to seeing what he can do in the future, getting him involved in more fundraisers.
I want to get Drexel Hill and Highland Park involved into this, and especially the Upper Darby High School. So many kids there.
He's going above and beyond for people that he really doesn't know, and he does the same in his school, in his classroom. He's always a kid who's willing to help, who's willing to work hard, who's willing to ask questions.
Although Azhar is only in the 6th grade now, I think that he is really just larger than life. His presence in a room is just captivating, and his huge heart really resonates and has a ripple effect on everyone around him, and it makes everyone else want to be a better person.
Azhar, we thank you for what you've done, and we look forward to your future endeavors. Finally, our royal athlete for this month is Matt ONeil, a varsity wrestler who has led his team to victory through leadership, passion, and persistence.
I'm Matt ONeil. I'm a senior at Upper Darby. I'm on the wrestling team, and I've been wrestling for 4 years. This is my 2nd year on varsity. I went to one of my brother's wrestling meets when I was in 6th grade, and it looked pretty cool, so I decided to join next year. There was definitely a learning curve, but I was doing 2 practices a day because I was wrestling for the middle school and the township team.
He did youth programs, I know that, so it kind of carried on to high school.
When he came in the room as a freshman, I noticed his work ethic right away, and he was somebody who was just always at practice and always would drill hard.
The work ethic has to be a lot higher in high school to be able to succeed.
Last year as a junior, he was on varsity. I forget exactly what his record was. It was probably not what he would have wanted.
Last season was super hard for me. I wrestled up a weight class. I only won 4 matches the whole season. The feeling of losing a lot of matches and losing in front of your friends, it definitely drives you to work even harder to be better.
He was there after every practice putting in extra work just to get himself better.
He just has this like don't quit attitude, and you know, you tell him to run a mile, he'll run 2.
This season I came out and worked super hard and went 5-0 the first tournament and started with a bang and just kept going the whole season. I kind of was on fire.
He really improved in the sense of working harder and trying to like do the best he can this year, especially since it was his senior year. So he wanted to make the best of it.
There's a different mindset when you're a senior. Like you come out knowing it's your last year. It was always in my mind, especially towards the end of the season, like this could be the last match that I wrestle. So I just kept going, and no matter what, I just kept working and working and working.
I don't know if he took a day off this year. Even if he was sick, I don't know that he missed a day of practice, and it did pay off for him this year.
This season was the best season so far that I've ever had.
Matt really took over for the team, and he really helped us out a lot this year, just make us work hard. Just leadership was amazing.
This year he was our only captain.
We started off with 3 captains, but the other 2 captains quit, so he had to step up as like the only captain.
The other captains quit. I made sure I stayed and worked just as hard so those kids can see like what a good example of a wrestler should be.
He always picked people up, like if you lose a match, he'll always be there for you, get you better, he'll push you in practice.
We made him captain for a reason, and it's because we wanted the other wrestlers on the team to conduct themselves the way that Matt conducts himself.
And he did a pretty good job of doing that.
He never went out on the mat and hesitated. He gave it 100%, and how much of that he got out of wrestling, I would say he definitely got some, but I think he kind of already came in with just an attitude of not giving up and always doing his best and always putting his best foot forward.
I just hope the younger kids were able to see the work that is required to be a good wrestler, and I hope I kind of shed off on them so they get some inspiration to work hard over the summer and get better, and hopefully we can grab some more Central League titles soon.
Thank you, Matt, for your leadership, and congratulations on a great senior season. Thank you for watching another edition of Making a Difference. Tune in next month for 3 more wonderful stories of people who are making a difference in the Upper Darby School District.